everyone, it's Teresa back with another video on Cravey Crochet.
Let me show you something.
Hi, it's Teresa back with another tutorial, and this tutorial is for this lovely scarf that I'm wearing. And I'm making it for somebody named Rachel. So I decided to name it after her. So it's called the Rachel Scarf. Here it is. It's lovely yarn that I'm using. I made these really cool fringes on the end. And on with the tutorial. I hope you try it and enjoy it and post some pictures on Facebook. Okay, we'll be back with more, but stay tuned for the tutorial right here. Okay, hi everyone. I'm making the Rachel scarf tutorial, and what you will need is some yarn. I am using this creative thread yarn, and the colorway is called Fly Away. If you'd like to purchase this yarn, I'll leave a link below. Just use the word crochet when you check out, and you'll get a discount. I believe it's 10% off. So this is a 4-ply 100% acrylic, and you'll need some scissors. And I'm going to be using I believe this is a 6mm hook and a yarn needle to clean up our edges. Alright, so in order to start this project, we need to make an odd number of stitches. So I'm going to start out by making a slip knot like we always do, and I am going to make I'm going to make 25 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to complete the rest of the stitches off camera, and I'll meet you back when I reach 25. Okay, so I've made the chain of 25, which is an odd number, and the next thing we need to do to start this project is we're going to make 2 double crochets in the 5th chain from the hook. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 5th chain from the hook, so you're going to make 2 double crochets in there, just like this. Okay, and then once we make those 2 double crochets, all these skip chains represents a double crochet and a skip chain. So then what we're going to do is we're going to skip the next chain, but make 2 in the following chain after that. So you're going to skip a chain and make 2 double crochets. Let me grab more yarn. Just like this. Okay, so then we do that again. We're just going to keep repeating this all along. So skip this one, go into the next, and make 2 double crochets in that next chain. And do it again. Skip this one, go into the next one, make 2 double crochets. And I'm just going to keep doing this pattern just like this until I come to almost at the end of the row. I'm going to have probably 2 stitches left, and then I'll show you what to do when we reach that part of the pattern. Alrighty, so I'm almost at the end of the row, so I have 2 stitches left on 2 chains left on the foundation chain. So we're going to go right into that very last chain. So skip 1, and then we're just going to make 1 double crochet in that last chain. So there's our first row. Okay, so now what we have to do is we chain one and turn, and then what we're going to do is make a single crochet in that very first stitch, just like this, and chain one, and then we're going to go in between these two right here in that the previous row we made the 2 double crochets in that one. So we're going to make a single crochet in between those 2 double crochets in that space. Oops, I was doing another double crochet. A single crochet. So you just make a single crochet, chain one, and then go into the space here and make another single crochet here. So you're just going to work a single crochet in between those 2 double crochets from the previous row. So once again, a single crochet, chain one, go into the next space, single crochet, chain one, go to the next space, single crochet, chain one, go into the next space, single crochet, chain one, go into the next space, single crochet, chain one, go into the next space, the space between the 2 double crochets, and chain one, and we're almost at the last one, single crochet, chain one. It's looking nicely, and one more, go into that last single crochet, chain one. Okay, so we're at the end of this row, and we simply go into the top of the turning chain here. So try and go right in the corner about that there and make a single crochet, and that's how you finish that row off. So now what we're going to do is just repeat this one and this one. So next row, row 3, so you make a chain 3, turn, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to go into that single crochet right here, that first single crochet that we made, and we're going to make 2 double crochets in there, 1 and 2, just like this. And we're just going to repeat that. So we're going to find that the single crochet from the previous row that we did between the 2 double crochets, and we're going to make 2 double crochets in the single crochet. Very simple, easy pattern, and very pretty. And just repeat that all along the row. So there's that place where we made the single crochet, and then we're going to go right into that single crochet and make 2 double crochets. So let's continue this, and I will meet you back at the end of this row. All right, I'm almost at the end of the row. I just made my 2 double crochets on top of that single crochet, and then I'm just going to go on top of that single crochet from the end of the row, from the previous row, and make another double crochet there. And that's the end of the row. So now we're just going to keep repeating this pattern. So what we do, we're going to start making the single crochets again. So we make a chain 1, we turn, we go into this chain space here, very first one, make a single crochet and a chain 1, and then we find that chain, that space between the 2 double crochets from the previous row, and we're just going to make a single crochet in there, just like this, and chain 1. Go to the next one, make a single crochet, chain 1, go to the next space, make a single crochet, chain 1, go to the next, make a single crochet, chain 1, go to the next, make a single crochet, chain 1. This is a very easy stitch. Go to the next, make a single crochet, chain 1, go to the next space, single crochet, chain 1, next space, single crochet, chain 1, And I think I'm going to finish this row on camera. One more single crochet, chain one, and then we make a single crochet at the top of that turning chain, so about here, just like this. And there you have it. That's a really nice stitch. That's gonna make a beautiful scarf. I love this yarn, it's lovely. So we just make chain three again, 1, 2, 3, like we just did, and just continue this pattern on my yarn. I'm fighting with my yarn here. So we're going to make the 2 double crochets on top of that single crochet. So you just keep working in this fashion until you get the length that you like. It's a very easy pattern and it's very pretty, and I love this yarn. I love it. The Creative Thread yarn is gorgeous yarn. It's very shiny. It's very light and soft. It's a beautiful yarn and it makes some really nice items. So just carry on in this way and I'll meet you back. I don't know how many rows I'm going to make because I'm kind of making this as I go. So I will let you know when I get to the point where I feel like it's long enough, and then I'll let you know how many rows I've done if you want to follow exactly the size that I'm going to be doing. Okay, I will meet you back and let you know how many rows I've made. Alrighty, so I'm just coming at the end of this. This ended up being the measurement. I don't know how many rows. I did a lot of rows because I measured it and it's 46 inches in width or in length. Okay, so I'm not sure how many rows that is, but you make it as long or as short as you like. And so it's 6 inches wide. So from here to here, 6 inches, and then the length is 46 inches. Okay, so now we're just going to come and do the end of this lovely scarf. So I'm at the end. I finished the row where you do the 2 single crochets on top of the the 2 double crochets on top of the single crochet. So I did that row. And so I decided that's long enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make fringes, but I'm going to crochet the fringes. So I'm going to make a chain of, I think 20 or 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let me just finish it off camera because you don't want to just be sitting here and watching me make chains. So I'm going to make another either 10 or 11 more. So I'll be back and I'll let you know how many I end up doing. Okay, I'm back, and so I ended up doing a chain of 25. I thought that would be long enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make slip stitches along this chain coming all the way back up, right? And then we're going to skip one stitch, so coming all the way back up. So we're going to skip, so we worked it in this very last. We're going to skip this one, and then we're going to go into this one. So then we're going to slip stitch along here and then continue doing the same thing. 25, come back up, skip one, and so on and so forth. So let me just demonstrate how I'm going to do this. So make sure when you're doing this that you're working on this side of the chain, not this side. This side of the chain, not this side, because you're going to end up coming up here and you want to keep working. If you do it this way, you're going to end up over here, and that's not going to work. So what we're going to do is, let me just turn this around. Hopefully I can see everything. And we're going to go to not the first stitch, or not the first chain, but the second chain, and then just go in that side of the chain and make a slip stitch in there. Then go into the next one, make a slip stitch in there, go into the next one, make a slip stitch in there, go into the next one, and just keep doing this all the way along. the one side of the chain, and that's how I'm going to make my fringe. So I'm just going to do one more on camera. So there it is. So I'm just going to keep working along this side of the chain, making slip stitches, and I'll meet you back when I'm done, and you carry on doing that as well, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I'm coming to the very last stitch in the chain of 25 that I did, and I'm making one more slip stitch. So there it is. It's done. Doesn't that look nice? And so what we're going to do is, so we've done in the very first part. So now we're going to go in this next stitch and just continue slip stitching here, and then go into this one and slip stitch here. Now if you want to, you could make a fringe in each one, but I think I'm going to do it in every other one. You can do it in every stitch if you want, but I think I'm going to skip that one, go to the next one. So I'll go in this one, right? And I'll start doing another one. So now I'm going to chain 25 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do the rest off camera and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I just finished my 25 chains, and I'm just going to repeat what I just did, and that is going into the second chain and making a slip stitch. Just like this. Go to the next one, make another slip stitch, go to the next one. Make sure you're working on the right side so that you end up on the correct side, so you can keep working, making these chain fringes. Just keep doing this all the way along, and I'll meet you back, and I'll just show you how I attach it again, and then I think you'll be able to do it on your own. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, so I'm almost at the end. I'm just going to go into the last one and make another slip stitch there. So there's my second one. Doesn't that look nice? I think this is an easier way of doing fringes, unless you enjoy cutting them and then putting them all together again. I just thought, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go into this stitch here and just make another slip stitch here, so kind of reinforce it a bit. So I'm just kind of making this up as I go. I thought this is really pretty. And there you got fringes without having to measure and cut and all that. And you just keep crocheting. I love to crochet. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to skip one like I did before, go to the next and start that again. Or like I said, you can just keep going and do it in every single stitch. But for sure, when you get to this part, the very end, do one at the very end. And so I'm going to just keep working this all along the edge the way I've been doing. And I'll meet you back when I'm done. Okay, so I did all my fringes on one side. I ended up doing 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 12 fringes. Just making chains and then slip stitching on the other side. And then when I would go to the other, when I finished slip stitching on the other side, then I believe I was in the same stitch that I started, and I just slip stitched it again just to reinforce it, and then skip one, and then I went to the very last one, which was this one actually. Is this one? Yeah. This one, because there's a string attached, right? And then I went, when I did the last one, I went the opposite way to going back this way instead of going this way. And then I just reinforced it in there. So I'm just going to start quickly do the other side just to quickly demonstrate, but I think this looks really nice. And I think it's more fun to crochet it than to make a bunch of strands and then have to cut them all and attach them all. I don't know, I'd just rather crochet it. So I guess I will start on this end right here and just add some yarn and just carry on doing the same thing again like we just did. So I'm just going to attach the yarn, and I will make 25 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to carry on off camera so you don't have to, you know, watch me count. 6, oops, 6, I'll just do 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to again do 25 and then come along this side and slip stitch along here, and then when I get back here I'm going to do another slip stitch in here and then slip stitch in the next stitch and then do it again. So I guess I'll just come back once I finish making my stitches, and I'll show you how I started it one more time, and then I think you should have it because it's very, very simple to do. So anyways, I'll be back as soon as I finish making my 25 stitches. Alright, so I did my 25 stitches or chains, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this side of the chain. Let me just show you this side of the chain, so that you're going to end up coming back here. Instead of going this way, you'll end up over here on the edge. So you want to be able to be on the side where you're going back to the edge of the scarf. Hopefully that makes sense what I'm saying. And so I'm just going to do a couple on camera. So I'm going to skip the first stitch, the first chain, and go to the next. Yeah, this one, the second one on the hook, for the second stitch from the hook, and just slip stitch along this edge, just like this, all the way along. Go to the next, all the way along, and again, like I'm on this side. I'm on camera here, hopefully, on this side, so that will lead me to here. Slip stitches are cool. They're kind of like little filler stitches. That's what I look at them as. Kind of like, and they kind of move you from one part of the thing that you're working on, the project that you're working on, to another, kind of almost invisibly. They don't make a huge impact, but now here, like, they've made a really nice fringe, which is reinforced by the slip stitch, instead of just having loose yarn or strands of yarn or just chains. I thought this would be a nice way to make a fringe. So anyways, I'm going to carry on doing this, and then I will, once I come back here, when I finish, I'm going to make a slip stitch in here again where I started, make another slip stitch in the next stitch, and then go to the next stitch and continue on making my 25 chains, and then going along that side again, slip stitching along and doing the same thing all the way along the edge. So you carry on doing that. There should be another 12 on this side. And that's it. I will come back when I'm done, and hopefully this makes sense and you're able to follow it. If you have any questions, leave me comments, but I'll be back when I'm done my 12 fringes. Meet you back. Alrighty, so here we are at the end of this tutorial. I did all my fringes as I've demonstrated, and that's falling off my desk here. And I really love the way it's turned out, the Rachel scarf. And this scarf is named after a young lady named Rachel, who is a friend. Her mom and I are good friends, and she loves scarves. And so I decided to make one for Rachel and name the tutorial after this beautiful young woman named Rachel. So I hope that she loves it. I like it. I really love the yarn. The yarn again was from Creative Thread, and it was, the colorway was Fly Away. And you can get this at creativethread.com. She's a friend of mine that I met on YouTube, and if you use the in your checkout, you use the word crochet, she'll give you 10% off. So I hope you try this. It's really easy and beautiful. I really like the way this fringe turned out. I really love it. So I hope you try the tutorial. It's easy. The yarn is beautiful. It's soft, and it's it drapes really, really nice too. It's gorgeous. So I hope you try it, and thank you for watching. And if you want to make it, I would love to see what you made or how you made it. Different yarns, different, you can use different weights, But I would love to see it on my Facebook group, Craving Crochet. Post your photos there. Give it a try. This is a great beginner project as well. I love it, and thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more, Lord willing, and thank you once again. Bye now, for now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Let me show you something.